if you can send me. No, I don't know, like, iPad.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. She didn't send me either. So as soon as she does, then I will.
Password to get up there.
No, the Wi-Fi is open.
Was it?
This is your school board map.
It's around, okay.
Now you're connected.
Oh, there's no good.
So this is your school board map, right? Okay, so I want to go through, we found a few areas, so we're just going to start. And then if time allows, then we're going to look at city splits. If we can afterwards, Cassidy might be here to take over until then. But I have a long list of areas to get through. Jeff and I went through and found all the problems with everyone's map, so I'm trying to meet with all the teams so we can go through and fix them. So the first issue, and do you want me to scoot this closer? You're okay? Okay. First issue between district lines and then zooming to that. Let's go check it. Zooming. Okay, so you have these blocks right here that dip into Midville, or sorry, this is that dip into Murray right here. You have a block with 80s, and so Commissioner Baker and I fixed, if they were like 0 blocks, we went ahead and fixed them on camera, but we didn't want to touch anything that had population because we don't want to mess up your deviations. So you have this block right here with 32, 87, 11, and 18 that dip into Murray.
And I remember doing that. Just
did you do that on purpose? Okay, so we
were trying to get under 100.
Okay. Do you guys want to play with that at all? Or are you okay with that?
Is there an obvious?
What's the deviation?
Not that will let you keep your deviations down. You have to. You have to go through it.
14 and 12.
Yes. So let's go here. So in 12, you're 79 short.
14, 73 short.
73 short. So you'd be getting 12 a little bit closer. These are on 14 more than 100 short.
I think that was one of the last things we did. Just trying to get to the numbers.
One thing you could do, because it looks like you've already, oh no. Does your 14 go into any other cities already? You have Draper. Is your 14 going to come? So your 14 goes into Concord Heights, so you could fix that and then take a little bit out here, and then that way you minimize the city, take out a city. Does that make sense? So if you fix this, your 14 would be like 150 under, and then just take little bits out of there until you get right, and that would minimize this. So if you go in here and take, you have this block and this block totaling about 100 people. If you went and you moved that into 12, and that would throw your 14 like 150 under, and then you could take a little bit out of here to get that to line up.
The advantage of that is what?
Because then you don't have
cities already.
right, because then you don't have a split in Murray. So right now Murray's split just because of these 2 blocks right here. Does that make sense? So these 2 blocks dip into Murray just a little bit. So if you can move those blocks into 12, then you've kept Murray out of district.
And you've already split.
And you've already split Concord Heights, so it wouldn't add a city. Do you guys want to try that?
Sure.
Okay. It's being really slow today. So let's see what that is. So now your 12 is 69 and you're guys okay with you just aiming for under. Okay, and now your 14 is 221 short. So then we'll move over here.
Is there a strip up? Do we have to also-
No, that white line, the white line.
Oh,
So,
white line.
yeah, the red line is what the Utah boundaries are, but the white line is what the census boundaries are. So we're following the white line for cities. And then we'll take, so we need to get about 200 people. Do you have a preference of where those are? Below this red line and to the right of this white line.
What makes it down a while, I would say.
You got a zero here. 27.
No, we need to go from the right of this white line. Oh, no, you can do either. You're right. So you want to try that 275 there? And
Well, that's gonna put us way off.
well, that'll put you 50 over. Oh, that'll actually make your 14 about 50 over and your 12 almost 0. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, let's do that. Let's see what that does.
No, I'm sorry, no. No, that would put your 12 too far off. So ideally you want to find,
Yes, there's 69 and 220.
so we can try it, let's see what it does.
Right under the bottom where the common heights is. Right under where the bottom. Common heights.
Okay. Do everything south of that street. See what that does. South of the street. Okay, so now your 12 is at 8. But your 14 is still 160. So you want to get about 70 more people. Oh, but we have that 60 right there. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it takes 2 0 blocks.
Yeah.
Just take people up.
Okay. Now,
Yeah, let's look.
so 12 is 52 short, 14 is exactly 100 short. Were you trying to stay under 100 there?
There's 12 up there.
Shoot around the pointers. Do you want to do the 12?
Yes.
Okay.
Literally is a 12 and it's 13.
That's a 33.
But, okay.
The problem is you don't want to get your 12, your district 12. So you have about 20 more people to play around. So you could do that 33 safely, but with that 12, you're now below 100 deviation between all the districts. And we haven't split Murray now.
Well, I didn't say taking, now you have a 12, just kind of little bubble. You take the 30, then you have that other thing of the bubble over here.
That'll put us over 100 off.
If you do 33, that's going to put you at 97 under in 12. So you would still be within if you take that 33.
I think I just can take it. If you're gonna take that one, 12.
Okay, so now that puts your 14 to 55 short and your 12 to 97 short. Good with that one? Okay, I think this was the one really big area that we needed to fix. Yes, so I don't know if this was intentional for population, but this is protruding into Murray.
I think that's a pretty big country.
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of population. I just want to make sure, just because those,
Is there an alternative to?
let me look here. Let's see what we can figure out. So if you take that out of 12, 12 is going to be way short. Or no, if you put it into 12, 12 is going to be way over. So you would need to.
I know we have to do that farm reach up there. That was pretty big, bigger than I thought.
So let's see. So let's see what the trade-off would be here. So if you take this out and put it in Taylorsville, then you're going to keep Taylorsville out of district 13. And then bring this line down, probably not all the way, but a little bit, and it will look better. And then you have kept Taylorsville out of the district 2. want to try that? Okay. So we'll put all of this.
Is that city limit a little?
The white line is the city limit. No, it's not, because Murray comes down like that. So it goes into Murray. It's a weird one. Awfully slow. All right, so now our district 12 is 185 over. 13 is 314 short. So now we'll try to.
That's 380.
So we'll see if that is too much. Oh wow. Yes.
And you've made another item.
Right. It's a weird census block. Okay.
That's where we got stuck with that.
Right. But like that you kept kilos before, I'm wondering if there's a way to. Looks like you're gonna have to kind of numerate a little bit. What I'm wondering is if we.
Take some on that top line. It's not that back there.
Right. So we can go through and do all of this. I just want to see if we take these out. Some of them a little better, and then we can go, and then we kept Taylor's for a whole, and maybe we can go east into Murray to try to get that population mixed into this south of this road. That might be
Is that our school district?
Murray city limits, which is the school district. Yeah. So let's see. So 12 is 690 over. So I think we want to lose about to make that 12 and 15 line up again about 700. So
That's
let's
13, it'll still be short over 100.
right. But
So it needs to be about 750.
750-ish. So let's see what taking this piece does. That might be too much. We'll see. Oh. That way we can keep the Taylor's Mill City.
Go in and do it another.
No, we're still in Murray here, and you've already.
What's the city below though?
I'm not sure, but this belongs to whatever the city is. The city line goes up like that. Does that make sense? So, but then, so we're staying in Murray. We're not crossing any more city lines. So let's see what that means. Okay, so 12 is 153 short. 13 is a little bit over. So we took a little bit too much. See if we can backtrack. Easy way. But we're close.
What is that block on the far right hand side? Yeah.
Looks like, but it goes down like that, so it's really weird. But it doesn't kind of move right. So let's just see. Software being really slow. Okay. That put 20 short here, 109, so a little bit too much there.
Too much, you agree?
So right now with putting that back, you have a little bit too much in purple. You need to take about 50 people from purple to get below that 100. And you could do this and that. Just see what it does. 12 is 37, 13 is 19. And that looks a lot better than that one weird one, and we've been able to.
Okay with this.
Okay with that one.
But Murray is split.
But Murray is split. But quite a few people, so it's not awful with this split. I'm mainly looking for county clerks, because I've been meeting with all the county clerks, and an area like this size isn't too big of a pain to make a precinct. We're just trying to avoid little pieces like 2 blocks, and then they have to make a whole precinct for like 20 people, and they don't want to do that. But a split this big is doable for them. Okay, all right, orange between Mill Creek and Salt Lake. let's see. Was it? Maybe it was these pieces that were between 12 and 10. South. Okay. So these blocks, let me put South Salt Lake. Yes, so you have these blocks, which the cat already in up there. So I'm trying to see if there's any solution here.
Those 12 lots.
So, 10-year over and 12-year short.
See, I would keep. I would not have years like that. I would have.
Yes, that's ideal. So I'm trying to think if there's a easy way around this. So what's down here? Oh, you've already protruded the Mill Creek a little bit. So if we put these back, then we can fix that down there a little bit, and then we can keep South Salt Lake. South Salt Lake will still be in 3 districts. I mean, we could even do it if you guys want to play around with it. Oh no, that wouldn't work.
So go ahead and put those back.
So South Salt Lake will still be in the 3 districts, but then they won't have to make separate precincts for those 2 little blocks. So let's try that. And again, you guys can play around with the city splits. I just want to get these weird. Oh my goodness. Well, you got off the freeway right before traffic hit. We were all the way
I
from.
appreciate you setting in the 4.
Well, even at the exit right afterwards, they were stopped on the other side. We hit a little bit of traffic.
Very good, right way. Just be honest, if you're coming in at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, well, I can't. Oh, maybe we don't need to fix it after all. It looks like it's fine. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we can get the right direction, so we can do that without even.
Where?
I know, I was just checking. So, but yeah.
Check it out, because.
Yeah. So 93, you're over 93 at 12, and 10, you are short of 89. So you can get that number a little closer to Playground and Mill Creek, but you're still under 100. So we'll check that out. Draper. Okay, between. So you have these weird little pieces right here that will cause them to make a. I think it was maybe just this one, but it still had a bit of population. So 92 people. So 15 years short, 14 years short. So let's see what we can play around with. So this is going to be a tricky one. Across the county lines. This one. Fix this one. Make for a hole there. So this is going to be a really tricky one because you have the county line stuck up right here.
Where's the city line?
Sorry, it's white right now. It's hard to see. Let me switch it to yellow. So can you see that yellow?
So the city line crosses the county line.
Yes, in Draper, but you have this one weird piece right there that will cause the people in Salt Lake County to have to make a separate precinct.
But it's for 190 people.
For 92 people.
Is that too few for them to set a precinct?
It is.
We try to avoid saying
Yes.
5 to 10.
Right. 92 is big enough.
We try to keep the city within 1 district.
Right.
If we put that in the grade, what do you make the change?
That's what I'm looking at. So, oh, looks like we have a player right there. So we want to try to do that.
Yeah.
Let's fix it there. I don't know if it's cross state lines, but again, we can always undo these. So we'll try to bring that and see what that does to the numbers. Okay, so 14's 37 over 15's 105. So we can take a little bit out of 15. can't do it up here. We might be able to do it. So let's see, what do we have here? White City. No, what is this? Oh, that's the mess of Sandy. Might even be able to fix Sandy here. So you need to lose at least 6 people. So you need to move 14 this way at least by 6. You can do more if you want. At 13. You have this also 17 up here. This is technically county, so that might be Sandy has a weird lines. So these 2 blocks are together, but not inside. So we can. You want to do that?
Yeah, do the yellow to the gray or gray to the yellow.
Gray into the yellow. So you can do that 33, but if you got 17 there, then you're keeping. They don't have to make. Then you've kept all of the county parts of Sandy in one district. If that makes sense.
You know, they should have the problem. Why should they?
I know. So you try that 17, and then that way you can keep those 2 county islands together.
What about these other ones down here? Three.
Where is? I know you need a pointer. Wait, me too.
Here is the 4. There's the
I see.
something in there, stuff there. Doesn't appear to be already.
So yeah, they're in the county. So if we do this, but then this part, like east, everything here is in the city. So if we move that 17, we kept the county, the unincorporated Sandy together in one district. And then so Salt Lake County will have to make a separate precinct for the people that are in Sandy, but not in Sandy.
But the 3 and the 4, they're separate.
Yeah, so this 3 is not in Sandy, even though they're surrounded by Sandy. It's unincorporated.
So aren't they gonna have to make that into a separate precinct?
Yes, they do have to do those, and it's a pain. But for instance, if we keep all of these island chunks together, so if we keep the little that island chunk, that island chunk, that island chunk, then they group them in the same precinct because they're voting in the county elections, but not the city elections. Does that make sense?
My
Do
question,
they make precincts that don't touch each other? That 3 is gonna be
Right.
by itself.
So as far as I know, and again, I could be wrong, I don't know everything about it. When they say precinct, it's the type of ballot that they're sending out. So as long as all of these people are voting for the same person, they don't have to make separate ballots, if that makes sense. Because these people and those 4 out of those 6, and that big island chunk are gonna be voting in county elections, but not the city elections, whereas these people are gonna be voting in the county and city elections.
so whether we switch one way or the other, does make a difference. That would tell us those small ones.
It doesn't make a huge difference now,
But moving the big ones out of the top would make a difference.
right, ideally, you don't want to cut any more into Sandy. Because they're already gonna have to make a separate Sandy precinct here, so the bigger you can keep that separate Sandy precinct, the better. So that's why I would say take that island chunk instead, instead of going into the city limits.
What about those little blocks?
What
Like
about,
that one right there? Aren't they gonna have to make a separate precinct for 3 people?
I'm not sure what happens with the unincorporated areas, but regardless of what district they're in, they're gonna have to do it anyway because they're unincorporated.
So, but these are all in the city or not in the city?
So these are not in the city, this is not in the city, this is not in the city, this big chunk is not in the city. But this part is in the city. See how this yellow line goes up like that, that's Sandy city limits.
Before, this was yellow, you made it gray.
Right, and so in doing that, we've now fixed the deviations. Oh no, so maybe we are moving the wrong way. Yes, we are moving the wrong way. So 50, we need to go this way a little bit.
So if you take that 3 and that 13.
Okay. I see what you guys are saying. I was thinking we need to go in the wrong direction. The 3 to 13, do you want to take that 18 too? Because
No, it's
this
just 4 down there.
the 4, do you want to take the 6 with it or just the 4?
This was the 4.
Okay. Okay, so you're 85-17 right now, so good there, okay. And then we,
Now, why is there a little circle around, why, maybe I do that. Six, but I'm wrong, I think.
yeah, they are, I mean, I don't know what they are, but they might be a community of interest because they're both neighbors that are not in the city. Okay,
600. Now, what's that, the 14?
so now you're at 79. Do you want to put this 18 in for the same reason? That might look fun.
Oh, I think we're gonna do that.
Okay, sounds good. Check that out. Right. So probably been able to fix that one.
It disappoints me, I thought whatever it was so horrendously bad that it take days.
There's no purple block on the left-hand side that stretches over. Is that what you were concerned about?
Which, what were you?
Pull out just a little bit for me to see it. And look, pull it back down. Pull it back down.
Yeah, so that little piece right there. So let's fix that, and then I know you've already split it, but so they don't have to make a separate precinct right there, and we can fix it over here. I see now. Okay. New people, 104.
Or 13.
Is that too few in the precinct?
No, like that's not the end of the world, but if we can easily fix it over here, since you've already entered in, then it's just one less precinct.
No, 7 is 22 over, what's 13?
So now 7 is 22 over and 13 is 196. So we need to move about 100 people into number 14
What's this down here?
Yeah, you're trying to move it forward.
from over here.
Across the city line.
Right, so we want to go take out one. So you can take that 114 that might look a little funny. You can
Okay,
try that
well,
53 and
120.
67 would add up.
We're taking,
So you're moving purple that way. As your purple is
you're
showing.
adding to 7.
No, we're adding the
13 is under 13. So we need to put brown in the yellow.
55. Right, yeah, right, where you're.
13. Okay, we'll take the 66 too.
Take those off.
And that should, if we take that 55 and 66, then that should line up. So now 1375 short, 7 is 99 short.
Yeah.
That's close.
You have to move from purple to brown.
And your 7 and your 13 are short, so you can play with about 10 more people there if you want to get that 99 a little lower, but any more lower you take the 99, then higher up your 13 is going to get.
I think that's good there. We spent a lot of time moving.
Okay. Where's West? Or I mean, where's Murray?
Northeast.
Ah, this one right here. Okay. So I think that's an easy one to take. We'll see what it does to the population. That way you don't cut it. I know you already cut it already, but you don't have to do it. And it's 10 place, right? So let's see. So now that puts your 1283 over and your 13 almost got it. So we're good there, okay? Okay.
shoots off.
Yeah, into Murray a little bit. And if you'd rather, you can move it into, it's just a matter of whether or not you want to stay there. But you're gonna have to probably cross city lines either way.
The school districts, I'd rather avoid crossing the school district lines and city lines. But Murray is.
Right, Murray is a school district, yeah. Do you want me to put school district lines on?
I think north of this is southeast. Southwest.
Yeah, so that's where the school district line. Yeah, so there you have the Murray School District. I don't know, my school district's very long.
Salt Lake and Granite and Murray's, that's how you do the south end of Granite. Then you've got Jordan on the east and Scrivenford on the west. And Yetis on the east.
Okay. School districts, now living Sandy. This piece. Yes, it looks pretty big. I'm trying to see if there's anywhere else you have room to play around with it. So if you want to try to fix that, then you can fix Sandy Hole and you can adjust the image bill, or you can move it as is.
How do you do it?
So if you take this piece right here, so that's the city line, if you take that and move it into Sandy, then you're gonna need to push this purple out a little bit, but you have a nice boundary there between two main roads. So that's up to you. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to try to keep Sandy. Makes sense.
Well, the question is if we do what price we pay.
Right, you're gonna, well, so if you're able to keep Sandy Home, then it's one less city you split, because you've already split the bill, so you can fix it without splitting an additional city. But you have that nice boundary with the I-15 already.
That's still in part of Sandy.
Yes, this is the only part of Sandy that goes into 13 is that section right here.
Well, let's try it and see what we do.
We can undo it if we need to, okay? That school district line comes down here too. All right, so now your 13 is 516 short.
Where it's our greatest good, but probably got to go north.
And you want to move the light color to the darker color.
No, we want to move the darker color out that way. So 13 needs to go into the darker.
North. Keep that highway as the boundary.
Okay. And a lot of people, right? So, yeah, there's already 5 something block. So you don't even be able to do that and have it look. Because you only need to move about 500 people.
14. Right over.
So we take that 103 and the 58 at the bottom. Start targeting on right in the north corner.
Okay.
47 on the west
I
side.
think that one goes up. I think it's a weird block.
It's,
Yeah.
that's okay. Then you're gonna have to still take some more down at the bottom. 7 and 74. How far is 14 off now?
No, we're still,
143.
You're 65.
we can move at least 78 more people.
Well, you got 75, 75.
If you do that, you're gonna have 365. So what's north of there? Old map. Yeah.
Diamonds.
Which, where?
The diamond up here. What's this? What line are
But
they?
that's the city, the UIRC, the city boundaries, and so that's that, but you're following that yellow line, it's the city boundaries. And the purple is the school district.
You keep going
Close
forward.
to the 13 up there.
Is that touching here? Okay.
To the right. We're trying to add the
Correct,
14, right?
yes.
They're all zero.
Up at the top, there's. If you're trying to group together.
Right, you don't want to have, you don't want to have two separate weird, ideally, and I'm looking. There's like an easy way to move. Take that. At 135. You could probably take that 135.
And you take that just to put it all on board.
Hey, Gordon. Okay. 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 Okay, I will. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Do you want to try to do that 135 and see?
Let's do it.
Look a little funky.
Looks like.
Okay, so now you're 42 under and 13 and 12 under and 14.
And what's on, we'll have a solution.
Could take those zeros if you want, but you can't take that weird sliver that's 300 people.
Oh.
You could, although let me think here, you might be able to put this 47 back that comes along the edge. And then bring in that 75, that might make it look a little. Do you want to try that, or do you like that 47?
Sure, take the 75. See what it does.
Okay, so that puts you 14 under and 40 under. Happy with that?
I think we should thank you, United States Supreme Court.
Okay, we're going to currents. Oh no, sorry. This is when I need to talk about purple first. Basically, yeah, purple goes like this, bam, bam, and you guys go like that. And so we need to look and see if we can try to get an app to match better that way. Well, we don't have. We're trying to get the maps where we can, where it's possible and easy to match on boundaries across all maps, including congressional and stuff. And we're overlaying them that way. For instance, if they accepted our school board map and our congressional map, then they work together and they don't have to create a, because if these people are in a school board district but in the same congressional district and you don't use the same line, then they have to create a ballot for these people that have this school district but a different congressional district, and then these people that have this school district and then that congressional district.
So what would you propose there?
Well, so nothing yet, because this one's not a huge deal. It's not causing a city split or anything like that. It's more of a, if it's easy and convenient to be able to make maps have
So
similar
you're trying
lines
to match this with.
with purple's school board map. And I know it doesn't make sense because you don't adopt two separate school board maps, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna overlay all of the different map types. So when we have the final 12 tracks, we're gonna overlay all of them. And where it's easy to switch population, or sorry, where it's easy to switch that has 0 population so that you can follow the same lines, the better, because then we don't know which, if any, of the maps that the legislature is going to accept. But that way they could, in theory, accept any mix of our 12 maps and it wouldn't cause weird precincts, if that makes sense. So if we can get all of the school board submissions to map to match to all of this congressional districts, to match to all the House districts, the best we can at least. Then it doesn't matter which set of maps they pick. They're gonna have similar districts. So again, that's not a huge deal. And so we can come back to that if we have time, but you're not causing a sense. Okay. I know it's confusing and I'm really bad at explaining it. Cedar City and Enoch. So you have these 2 blocks. Might be able to keep Cedar City whole by fixing it up here.
Those 2 up there.
And then some down below, yeah. And I think it would be relatively easy to fix that up there. So there's a lot of people there. Do you want to? So let's do this, so we can always undo it. See what happens. Lots of people down there. But we might be able to make it up elsewhere in the county. Again, we can always undo this. So now Cedar is whole, but now you have quite the split there. So I don't know if you've already split Enoch, if that would be an easy place to do it.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. So we can, but this will help us keep Enoch whole too, I think, unless I'm thinking the wrong direction. Well, so we can also make Enoch whole doing this too, which is
No.
right, but then we can fix the rest in county land.
4.3.
And then we can fix the rest up in the county, I think. Okay. Right, another piece.
Go back.
There. Which part? This piece? Or
Right there.
don't see anything.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the lights just, yeah. Okay, so now let's see if we can't mess with this up in the county a little bit. It looks like you guys use the highway as the line. Might be able to move to the. Or you can mess with down here too in Washington. It's like-
Or was Norville, is that
Yeah,
or back into 3?
That's possible.
Right there.
So let's see what they're on. So 442, so we can't do that. Do you want to do that? Okay. Let's do it though. East of the interstate. That's way down the road. Okay. To get about 800 more people. Let me twist it down. See what I can split. It looks like we can still for them. quite a few people with UIRC. Let's try that space.
Understood, which you start to take some back, yeah.
Mhm. Although, just because I'm curious if we. Might be way too many. Yeah, way too many.
Across the northern part of that, after that.
131 over, so we took a little bit too much. We can do this to make that look a little better. Oh, I guess that's a little block. Oh, but that fixes it. Okay, no, sorry.
Do that. So,
See if there's.
look down at the bottom there. City split in, so it's on with the 44.
You move about at least 32 people, but preferably around 100 people.
Take the 21 and the 44.
Okay. All right, that puts you at 43 and 66. You've now kept Cedar City and Enoch. Sweet.
Where's he going?
Oh, and Canerva.
Is it with Cedar City or is it the other district?
Which part?
Canardo.
Canerva is, where did we put Canerva? Canerva's in with 3. Okay, never go in. Oh, wait, no. Check for that box. South.
Is it that bottom portion of 2?
Possibly, that's gonna be a lot of people though, but if you want to put that back and move down that way instead, so you don't have 2 separate opt-in precincts. But I mean, that's big enough that it's not a huge deal for a precinct, so that's a matter of preference. It's like 1,000-ish.
It's more than that.
So it's just a matter of preference. If you'd rather have it be touching that piece and move down.
Try it, see.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, so now it's 1,016. So now we just need to start moving down here. So it's twice.
Across the north end.
Do you want to stay east of this highway? East of the highway. $66 and $117. So take about 20 more.
Okay, 20 more from the yellow.
No, we never, yeah, we need to move 20 more into District 2.
But take that 88 on the top of that.
Might be too much. So 22 and 29. Sweet. Does it? Okay, you probably put those 21s, but you're already in, so okay. And I think maybe we already fixed this one. Yes, we did fix that little.
But you have two separate sections of gray.
Oh, that is, yep, that's right. Okay, so do you want to try to
Move that in green
move this part into gray?
and then see if we can just add the other gray.
So now between 12 and 11.
600 people.
Do you want to stay west of this highway or do you want to east? That's Bangor, so it's a pretty.
So
But it would look kind of weird. Yeah.
When we can go over to the.
So this is current, so you could do it here, or you could, I mean, although you might even be able to. Just bear with me, if you move all of this into 12. You might even be able to fix currents, possibly. Again,
That's right.
might not add up at all.
You have to take the whole log, because otherwise you're gonna make that anyway. Really, the whole section.
Yes, I'm just double, is that part of the city though? Is that part of Murray though? Is Murray? That's what Jen first, or not Murray, West Jordan is what I meant. It might be county, and in that case, we can. No, sorry, no, West Jordan.
Where's southward, or westward?
They go north and south, don't they? It's a weird, yeah, so that's part of West Jordan, so we don't want to dip into that. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So if you go down and take all of.
Nice. That's a tough one. Or do you want to put it all into 12? Okay.
We have to finish off the city limits.
So now 6,000. So let's see what adding currents does.
Add in there.
Yeah.
So 12 is over, right?
Okay, so now adding that, we're a lot closer, and we kept currents and Taylorsville whole. Now 11 is over by a little bit. 12 is short.
Is there any lines between them that we can't cross?
I already drew a split up here, so that West Valley part, let's get West Valley lines.
So you can go in here.
Sorry. Yep. Do you have a preference of where you do it? Might be able to.
Start here, it keeps it more contiguous than trying to.
Okay. Let's start moving on. That one. And those are all big blocks. So we're gonna move.
Still with those two right there.
How many do we
350-ish.
Is that, you just put up yellow lines, is that school district or city?
The white is the city lines.
Okay.
Okay, so now your 12 is 39.
have? 11 students, so 120.
Oh, that's why the populations are messed up, because that one of those was 30. So that's 13.
See, that's what Lyle usually says. What do you do now, Bill?
I told you not to do.
Oh, so I guess there was a piece of currents that was in 13 that we took out when we did that. So let's fix 13 first and then we'll move up. makes that 12. -ish. So District 13 is the gain of
Right there in that signal, is there a spray that comes into the signal? That's right.
yes. There.
How far under is 13?
13 is now with that A2 in. and we'll get
Take the rest and that's. Yeah.
13 is 27. Okay, 11 is 32. Well, I just switched it off.
See, how did you want?
Yeah. Four.
Genius.
Let's start over. Good man.
And now we've kept Kurtzel too, which is good. All right, we're on to the final three, guys. Oh, yes, this one. Vineyard. You have this that you can then fix down here to keep it neutral.
What's that?
Although there's no one there, so I don't even know why I wrote it down. We'll just move to distance. Oh, no, there are 7 people. I just know how hard you guys work on your deviations, so I don't want to move anything up. Okay, so let's just make sure that it didn't throw anything off. It shouldn't have. Sure. Okay, that was an easy one. We'll move into Summit Park. I think this was a bigger split, yeah. So this one's going to be really hard to undo.
What was the problem with this one?
Is that the Park City in the 3 districts? Because they can't,
So the Whiteland Summit Park, not Park City.
but they can't do it all.
So I don't see any to it. What's that? Yeah, I just wrote that down. It's just a. And we'll look at more of the city splits in depth. Cassie's working on running that. She sent me the Excel sheet, but it's not easy to read. So I'm going to work on getting it. Okay. Last one is Cedar City, which I think we already fixed that one. I think it might have been that one a little slower down there. Cedar City. 4. Yep. So we fixed that. Okay. So that's everything I had written down. So we kept a lot more cities whole. And yeah, that worked out well. So,
What's the theme of this? Is this one we try to keep counties or school districts together?
Is this one or what map?
this is 3.
3. This one we just finished.
Yeah.
Because you guys, yeah. So
Let's look at it for global.
sure. So I mean, I hear it's right after I'm meeting with her, but if you want to around a little bit, you guys are still alive, so just so you know. But that way you can look and see what you want to do.
We're meeting at 6.
Yes, we're meeting at 6.
Where?
So you guys have plenty of time.
Grab something to eat.
Yes, you could. Plenty of time.
I thought you were going to be right themselves. Okay, let's look at.
Right now.
School district.
I have a donut for you. How are you guys?
Oh, hi, how are you?
Good. Is Joey already working hard?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Starting to get something to eat before the meeting starts.
I have some cheese. I have some cheese and grapes for it.
I had some toast and juice. I got out this morning.
I think that is
Just population.
donuts.
No, you just buy it. You just leave it.
Use your fingers.
Is there anything to drink?
I have waters, just water and I have a Coke.
Oh, I'm gonna take a Coke.
I'm gonna go get some little less sugar. I like sugar, but I need something to stabilize the more.
Okay, well, I can run to the store and pick something up.
What do you think about?
No, I get it, if I get it. Diet Coke.
Coke Zero?
Yeah.
More water? Okay, sounds good. Diet water or Coke Zero?
Coke Zero. Can you take us off the screen? We're done now.
Yep.